Okay, if I may I proceed, Mr. Chairman?
Yeah, go ahead and explain it. Well, it's your video. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, and I apologize for this, but after I got back and I was then working on some other stuff and I read through what we did, and I really feel bad about it. I think it was my mistake, but as it currently reads, what we passed on page 3, line 10, it basically provides that the public health crisis caused by COVID-19 prompted the Wyoming State Health Officer to issue orders restricting economic activity, which created economic devastation to the state of Wyoming. And I didn't realize that we had left in the provision that basically says that it was the order of the state health officer that created the economic devastation. And that's what we really wanted to take out. And we didn't really kind of discuss it. So then when I recognized that, I ran down the hall and got on my knees in front of Senator Dockstader. I says, can we please fix this? So he was pretty kind about it. And so what we proposed instead, we'll just modify that line where we, at page 3, line 10, where it will read simply, the public health crisis caused by COVID-19, then at subsection B, resulted in the economic devastation to Wyoming's economy and the tax base for the state and local governments. So that's what I would like to call back and then amend that or add that in, whatever is the proper protocol.
But we were thinking about saying the order caused, and just keeping the personality of the person out of it.
Right.
So do we say public health officer there? Repeat that again, and could you please?
The public health crisis. So this, you start the line by reading line 4, which is Romanet 5. The public health crisis caused by COVID-19. Then you go down to line 10. Resulted in the economic devastation to Wyoming's economy and the tax base for the state and the local governments.
Okay. We were going to put in there somewhere, I thought, when you walked out, Bob, the word order, public health crisis caused by COVID-19 and the orders or the associated health orders or something like that. Or something. We do that? At least put the word order in there.
I'm just trying to figure out how to do it.
Tamara, feel free to drop in on this. I mean, we're trying to say it's the actual order that caused it. It's not the person.
Well, you know, the order didn't result in economic devastation to Wyoming. COVID virus caused the economic devastation to Wyoming. I mean, the order was a result of a pandemic to save lives. And so to say that this
the order, yeah. Okay, the order, yeah. Senator Wasserberger, Senator Guru, you want to jump in?
Sorry, Mr. Majority Floor Leader. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the change. If you can go with it. I mean, this is all part of a big philosophical argument we had very late last night, and you know, it was in some parts, out of some other parts, and you know, I understand what the good chairman's saying, and if you're okay with that language, I'm okay with it. If that's so.
Wasserberger, Senator.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm okay with that change. I don't have a problem with the change. I think it's a good one.
I know there'll be some pushback because they're going after personality, but I think it's not the personality that caused it. It was ultimately the entire disease, the entire pandemic.
Yeah, I mean, Dan, to me, it's kind of like going to the state Republican convention. All they want to do is point fingers and step on people. And I just don't think I don't think it's our mission. And it shouldn't be our,
To put it in statute that way.
yeah,
Right. I mean, we're going to have, Mr. Chairman and Mr. Majority Floor Leader, we're going to have plenty of time in this second batch of bills. I know it's coming right up front about how this works between orders from, medical personnel and how that, then where it goes from there, is that the final word or do elected sign off on it? We're going to have plenty of time to really flesh that out and to have a robust discussion. So, but I agree, not putting it in here now, when 10 years hence, someone's going to go back and say, what was that all about? So I just leave it out.
We'll lose some votes, but let's put it out on the floor.
Yep.
Okay. Oh,
That's
wait.
Yeah, Mr. Majority Floor Leader, appreciate the opportunity. I think, so the point of putting that in, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the point of putting that into the legislative findings or having legislative findings is so that people in the future know not to make the same mistakes or know why we did what we did. So I'm guessing that the Senate's ideology in this regard was to prevent this future mistake from happening again, and that's why they put in the personality aspect. Or is my opinion on why it was there. So I mean, I think you're definitely gonna have some pushback, but
Yeah.
we're gonna have pushback on this side too on that.
yeah, we could say she just complied with law that she's instructed to do in order for the health and safety and welfare of the state of Wyoming, if we want to get semantical issues over it.
Well, I think it's really important we don't put in legislative findings that the government was what caused economic devastation to Wyoming.
Yeah.
What caused the devastation was the virus. The state health officer utilized the legislation that this legislature has put into place over the past century. It's even in our constitution with the state veterinarian that if some type of pandemic breaks out, that we have allowed these powers to protect the life, safety, health, and welfare of our citizenry.
And that's been vetted too, saying, well, if you want to change that, then you need to step back in and change the game rules, which is change the legislation. Should work on the game rules.
At any rate, well, I appreciate you guys working with us on this one.
Let's put it out there. We'll lose some votes, but I think we got most of the votes across the floor. Okay. They'll follow Wasserberger. They're good.
Okay, Tamara, you got it?
Okay.
Do you need an official motion?
Uh,
I have that, and what I have is page 3, line 10, delete created and insert resulted in the. I could take a roll call vote, or if you all want to review the proposed amendment in its final form again and send me your electronic signatures, we could go that way as well.
Let's do that. I promise to answer this time. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Tamara. Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks,
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.